the last time on Reserve Inspirations D&D, a lot of things happened, so here's just a giant list. Minerva and Zanesi decided to keep an eye on Kubrick due to some suspicions. Also, someone finally got a good insight check on Kubrick. Get it, Zin. Kubrick used restorative magic granted to him by his goddess Ayun to bring Modi's sight back, and Minerva hugged him, which was interesting. Zaxa attempted prayer after speaking to Kubrick about how he was able to restore Modi's vision. Zanesi worked on her EMP cannon, finishing the outer structure, but fried the circuit board. Looks like you're going to need a new one of those. Emmy finished handing out all the little gifts she bought for every member of the crew, and utilizing shards of the bongs long past, Tita and Emmy crafted a Frankenbong, which they, of course, broke in immediately. Didn't break. They didn't shatter it. They broke it in. Tita then decided it was a good idea to tunnel through the broken shower floor straight down into the cargo bay. So Zanesi made use of her newly gifted sticky notes to label the areas that he needed to avoid. Minerva sparred with number 1 and almost had him, but in the end was unfortunately knocked out. Then, not convinced Azazel was actually dead, she decided to pray to him for the first time in hopes she might get a sign that he was still alive. Instead, the prayer was intercepted and she got a brief, cold, and disturbing glimpse of the entity supposedly responsible for his death. Zaxa transferred his most important notes to his new journal that Emmy gave him, and decided to stay in his room and study his spell book. Not so easy when you're the wizard and everyone wants your knowledge. Minerva came to him about a spell to keep her hidden from this dark entity. Tita's bag was getting heavy, so he unloaded Anlam's shield on Zin and he gave Zaxa a crumpled up robe. Finally, Zaxa was visited by Emmy, who was hoping he could take a look at her talking sword Flash Freeze. He did. And Zaxa and Flash Freeze seemed to oddly see eye to eye. After that, Emmy took a seat in the cockpit with Kubrick and chatted. They talked a bit about where he's from, passing her bottle of liquor back and forth, until they spotted ships in the distance rapidly approaching. And that's what we're going to be picking up today.